The Renault Kwid has always held a special place in our motoring lore, as it is the car that brought the SUV body style to the entry-level buyer. With its cutesy and rather larger-than-life looks, it marked Renault's serious entry into the highly competitive A and A+ segment of the Indian car market. Well, that was 2015, and now we are here today with this little bad boy. It's the latest and most updated version of the Kwid, and a comprehensive one at that too. Well, a lot has changed since the Kwid was launched in 2015, and to see if this car is still competitive in the market today, we will tell you 5 things that we liked about the facelifted Renault Kwid and 2 things that we didn't. When you are restrained by budget and dimensions, looks becomes a priority, and well, Renault has chosen to go with the increasingly popular SUV body style. The Kwid styling has evolved with Renault's global design philosophy and has gone from square and sharp lines to curved edges and some of that French funkiness that Renault is well known for. The face is entirely new with LED DRLs, a new grille, and low-set headlights to illuminate the road better. In profile, Renault has upped the wheel size from 13 inches to 14 inches with slightly bigger tires, giving the Kwid a better stance than the outgoing model. The rear is a bit plain, but the tail lamps have now got LED guide lights. One of the selling points for the Kwid when it was launched was the inclusion of a touchscreen system. It was a first in segment feature at that time. Renault has updated the system on offer to include its latest version. This updated version includes a new interface, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, apart from the usuals like Bluetooth connectivity, aux-in, and a reverse camera with static guides. We have highlighted the details of this system in a separate story, and you can find a link in the description below. The Kwid was the first car in the segment to bring in a full digital dashboard, and what we have here is an updated version of that system. The color schemes has switched from green and orange to a more futuristic blue dials over silver text. It's actually quite a comprehensive display with multiple trip meters, RPM gauge, gear position indicator, and even a real-time consumption meter. The Kwid might look like a mini SUV, but is still a compact car with small dimensions. The small footprint makes it a breeze to drive in the city. We have some quips with the steering, but its light nature makes it easy to maneuver in tight spaces. This 1-liter engine version that we are driving has a majority of its torque available quite low down, making driving at city speeds quite a breeze. The AMT lacks a manual mode but has a creep function, and with the traffic on our roads not looking at dying down anytime soon, the 2-pedal setup has its own advantages. Small dimensions, cushy low-speed ride, and easy maneuverability are the trifecta when it comes to a city car, and Renault has managed to connect all the dots with the Kwid. Renault has boosted the tire and wheel size, but this has hardly affected the Kwid's pliant ride quality that it has been known for. Most bumps and imperfections are done and dusted without much struggle, and the 184mm SUV-like ground clearance means you get sufficient height to clear big obstacles without clenching too tightly. An overt emphasis on being city-friendly has made the Kwid steering devoid of any feedback. There's little to no feedback from the steering, and while this may not be an issue at low speeds, out on the highway, you need to plan your actions well in advance to be able to react to any scenarios. You don't get any storage spaces for the rear occupants, neither in the doors nor between the front seats. This has been a constant issue with the Kwid right from the beginning. While it may not be an issue when you are by yourself or with another passenger in front, the pinch is felt when you have 4 occupants in the car. One saving grace is that the rear seat back folds flat for additional boot space. We've examined the facelifted Renault Kwid in detail, and these latest rounds of updates ensure that it's still relevant to the entry-level car market. While we may not have been too impressed with the Renault Kwid's highway manners, lack of storage spaces at the rear, and absence of a manual mode for the AMT versions, it is still a good city car thanks to its compact dimensions, fuel-efficient petrol engines and light steering.